Here are the 5 things I would do if I was starting a new business today. First and foremost, know your customer. I would encourage you to learn everything about them. And I know you've heard this before. Creating your client avatar, your ideal client persona, whatever you want to call it, this is the most crucial step in the process, because if you don't understand every single detail about the person that you're trying to sell to, you will miss the mark when it comes to messaging and how you deliver your services to them. You want to understand their goals, their concerns, how they measure success, what language they use, absolutely everything about them. This can involve doing research through simply Google searches, or you can do interviews, surveys, polls on social media, but do your research, understand everything you can about this person so that your messaging and your services are all aligned. Number 2 kind of does tie back into the first one around knowing your customer, but it is really validating your ideas and doing so in a small group before you start doing your marketing, before you start creating additional systems, because you want to confirm with the market that they even need the service you're offering. You want to understand things like, what are their current pain points? If you were to provide this service to them, would they purchase it? How much would they be willing to purchase? One thing that I did when I was starting Ditto was I went on LinkedIn and I connected with 30 different people that I didn't know, but I knew were in my ideal client space and that I wanted to target. And I went to them and I stole this idea from someone else, but I offered them a $25 Starbucks gift card. And all I said in my message was, hey, I've got this idea. I'm trying something new. I want to get it in front of people like you. I've been trying to service my customers, but things aren't exactly hitting. And I'd love to get your honest opinion on what you think about my product and my service. And I tell you, I got a 100% response rate. And at the end of it, only had to pay out only one Starbucks $25 gift card. And what I learned from that is that, one, people are willing to help, even if it means that they might not necessarily be getting something on the other end. Yes, there was something available to them, but in this case, everyone except for one said, no, don't worry about it, keep the gift card, happy to help. And out of those conversations, I made clients, I made friends, and we're still friends to this day. And so again, people are willing to help. And so in those calls, I would kind of walk through my service, walk through the issues that I was having around the messaging, and again, asking those questions about, is this a pain point for you? If this looked differently, what would that look like? How does this fit into your current business? And then you're getting additional information from those people in those calls. Number 3 is don't hire until it hurts. One mistake that I made is that I hired too quickly when I was starting Ditto. I was bringing on lots of team members really quickly because we were experiencing growth, but I didn't fully utilize every single person that was on my team at that time before looking to hire that next person. When you hire, you're adding additional communication channels, you're adding additional complexity to your business that doesn't really need to be there. And so I would say, if you are the principal or if you've got a small team, keep it small for as long as you can. Make sure everyone is utilized. Make sure that you've taken the time to now flesh out your processes, improve how you do things, and implement software or automation before you look to bring on that next person. You shouldn't just be doing it as a badge of honor to say, hey, look how many team members we have, because that is going to add additional strain to your infrastructure. It's going to add additional strain on yourself, your mental capacity, your resources, HR, all the different personalities and requests. And so I would say, don't grow until it hurts. Take on as much as you can. And in that time, make sure that you are taking your time to document everything along the way, which brings me into my 4th point of document everything early and often. Start with your everyday. Start with everything that you do, what Monday looks like, what Tuesday looks like. Record it on Loom. You've heard me talk about that tool many times, loom.com. If you don't have the time, of course you do. As you're doing the task, as you're completing the task on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the umpteenth time, throw on Loom and simply speak out loud. Talk to the person that's eventually going to watch that video so that they understand how you think. Record that SOP and put that into a place where anyone else can access it. So my recommendation is document early and often, because your goal as the business owner, as the founder, is not to continue doing the roles that you started the business doing. Your role is to grow the company. End of story. If that is sales, marketing, being the face, networking, speaking, whatever it is, building connections. Your job is to create a system that can run without you. Number 5, final point, is get a coach or a mentor. I've had several mentors and coaches over the years that have helped me. When I grew Ditto, I did not do it alone. I had advisors, I had mentors, I had friends, I had family, anyone who would really listen, anyone who would be willing to say yes and pick up the phone. And as I've already discussed, you'll be surprised who will say yes, because people, I feel, genuinely do want to help. And so get the help you need. If that's investing in a course or going back to school or picking up a book or finding someone in your space who is doing something that you want to eventually do, seek them out. See what you can offer them. How can you help them and provide value in exchange for their expertise, for their time, for their mentorship? And don't be the person that just wants to go and pick someone's brain. Nobody wants their brain picked, because everyone that you're picking their brain has spent hours and years crafting, researching, doing their own work and honing their skills. And so if you're going to be picking their brain, there's got to be something in it for them. But find someone in your network, someone you aspire to be like, someone you aspire to build a business like, and ask them for their help. So let me know in the comments which one of these resonated with you and where you're at in your entrepreneurial journey.